everyone, welcome to Salesforce Basics. Let me first introduce about myself. I'm Shobana Devi. I'm working as a senior Salesforce developer at DigiCas. I'm also a professional Salesforce trainer and mentor at AD Skill Development. I work closely with Salesforce development and also love to mentor the learners by explaining the concepts through real world business scenarios. I have about 4+ years of experience in training more than 200 trainees in the Salesforce ecosystem. I am also 6x Salesforce certified and 3x Copado certified. You can find my LinkedIn profile here. I will just paste the LinkedIn profile link in the chat. So this is my LinkedIn profile. You can connect me here for Salesforce updates and learning contents. And I'm very proud to say that I started my journey as a Salesforce trainee from AD Skill Development. I was once a learner in AD Skill Development Academy. And now I work as a senior Salesforce developer. I'm so proud about my journey. So, wherein I started as a trainee, now I'm actually a senior Salesforce developer. This is all about myself. Now, let us start the Salesforce basics. So I hope you all had a very good introduction to what is Salesforce, right? So we're going to see what are the basic concepts you have to understand about Salesforce. Okay. So which is very crucial for you to understand the platform. So I'm going to take you through a small business because Salesforce, as it is going to resolve the business problems you have seen as an example in the introduction itself, right? So to make you understand the Salesforce basics, I'm taking up a small virtual company which is called as Sunray Solutions. Okay. So what is this company all about? Sunray Solutions is basically a company who manufacture solar panels. Okay, I hope many of you might have already know what is solar panel, right? So solar panels are going to generate the electricity or the power for you through the natural sun resource itself, right? So this Sunray Solutions are manufacturing and selling these solar panels to the local businesses. So here I want you to understand that they are actually a B2B kind of business. Okay. So they are directly dealing with other businesses. Okay. So who are their target business customers are like which businesses which requires large amount of electricity consumption. Okay. So whichever businesses requires large amount of electricity consumption, those kind of businesses are the customers of the Sunray Solutions. Okay, this is all about the Sunray Solution Company. Okay, so as I told you, they are the manufacturers of the solar panels. So I hope many of you might have seen these panels on the roof of many businesses or the buildings or the houses, right? So these are the panels they are manufacturing. Okay, now whenever you have a product, okay, you know how to manufacture a product as a business, you should also know how to market your product, right? Because we all know that marketing a product is actually the heart and soul of any business. Okay, let us see what are the techniques this Sunray Solutions is actually using to market their products. Okay, so I hope many of you might have visited the business trade shows. So, wherein the businesses, okay, for example, in our case, the Sundry Solutions have erected a booth in a trade show and they are actually showcasing their solar panels. Okay, so this is actually one way of marketing they are doing in order to get the business inquiries. Okay, so they are actually inviting the business inquiries. They are showing off what are the products they are manufacturing. Okay, so through these trade shows, they get huge amount of visitors and they have a large amount of business inquiries also. Okay, the other way of generating the new business inquiries is they have a website in their official web page. Okay, so they have a website in that they have an inquiry form. So in this inquiry form, when you want to install the solar panels in your business, you have to give your first name and the email and the message, what you want to convey to the business. So when you fill all these things and when you click the contact us button, your informations will be fetched by the company. Okay, so this is actually the other way how they are actually gathering the business inquiries. Okay, now they have gathered huge amount of informations about the business inquiries. Okay, so can you just guess how do they record all these informations, or how do they store all these business informations? Okay, so as I told you, the Sundry Solutions have received lot of inquiries through the trade shows, the websites, and also you can imagine that if you have an office, you'll be having direct visitors also to your office, and they'll be making some inquiries. Okay, through all these means, they are actually attracting lots of inquiries. Okay, now the important issue what they are facing here is the problem. What they are facing here is this is very important. How to store all these business inquiries? Okay, they have collected lot of business inquiries from the trade shows, from the website, directly from your office also you have some visitors. Now how to store all these business inquiries? Okay, if you just take you if you just imagine back when we are actually following the traditional way, when the technology was really very less in those days, so they were actually using the paper pen method. Okay, so you'll be having a staff appointed in your trade show, and that particular staff will be getting all the inquiries of the business into a note. She'll be writing all the name, email ID, the company information, the phone number, everything she'll be recording in a notebook. Okay, so after the technological advancements, we move towards the spreadsheets. I hope many of you might have the experience of using the spreadsheets, right? So, using the spreadsheets, now the Sundry Solutions is recording or storing, getting all the business informations inside the spreadsheet. Okay, so here they record all the information. Now you have huge amount of data inside your spreadsheet like this. Look at this. So you have a huge amount of data. So you cut this. I have actually have got thousands of inquiries. Okay. For my Sundry Solutions, I have got thousands of inquiries about the business inquiries. Okay. You have the first name, last name, email, title, the mobile number, address, all these informations are recorded in a spreadsheet. Okay. So as a company, as a Sundry Solution company, what is the next step they have to do is now they have marketed their products. They have gathered lots of information, business inquiries. Now they have to respond back to them. Okay. They have to respond back to them, right? How to do that? Okay. So basically what they used to do is a kind of staff will be appointed for that, and they will be checking all the informations from your spreadsheets, from your papers, and they will be mailing individually to the business inquiries. So they'll be sending the product brochures to the individual businesses inquiries, and also to the other people who inquire to you about the solar panels. Okay, imagine that if this particular staff have to mail to all these thousand inquiries, how much time consuming task it is going to be. Okay, it is going to interrupt your daily business operations, right? This is the business problem Sundry Solutions is facing here. Okay, now after the Sundry Solutions is facing this problem, they want to move towards the latest technology to overcome this problem. Okay, so they want to basically automate this process. How to do that? So after hearing much about the CRM into the market, they have learned that the CRM is actually a new customer relationship management tool which is into the market. And they have learned that Salesforce is actually the number one CRM in the world and the market, right? So now Sundry Solutions is kind of implementing Salesforce in their business, and they are trying to capture, organize, and convert these inquiries into real businesses through automation. Okay, so we are going to see how to automate this manual process. So we are going to store all the informations, right? The lead informations or whatever informations, the data into a special container in Salesforce. This is also the other terminology you have to get used to. Okay, so we store all the information, whatever you gathered from your this trade shows, the lead informations we are going to put inside a special container in Salesforce called as an object. Okay, we call in Salesforce it as an object. An object is a place where you're going to put all your information or the data. It is going to hold all your data.
Okay. So now I'm going to take you to my org. So this is my org. Okay. Once you log in inside your org, you should be seeing this kind of screen. So I'm going to go inside my org. So look at your Salesforce org. It is systematic and organized, right? So we were actually confused in the business problem, right? Sunday Solutions was having lots of business inquiries. They were struggling to store their informations and they were putting everything inside a spreadsheet, right? So putting inside a spreadsheet is not going to help you in many ways. Okay, so I'll tell to you later what will happen when you have your data in spreadsheets later. Okay, so this is the place where we are going to store all our informations. Look at here, you have a tab. Okay, this is called as a tab. Just click on this lead. Okay, so I told you what is a lead, right? A lead is a kind of a business inquiry. They are not yet your customers. Okay, so Salesforce has got a special container called as an object. Inside this object, you can store all your business inquiries. Okay, I hope it is clear, right? Now, I'm going to store a new lead information inside Salesforce. Okay, you're going to first watch how am I doing that, and then you're going to practice the same after I give you some time. Okay, so we are going to create a new lead information. Who is our lead information is Mr. John Carter. He's actually the senior project manager of Greenville Constructions. So he has provided all these informations to the trade show, the Sunray Solutions trade show. Okay. So what am I going to do is I'm going to create a new lead. Okay. How to do that? So it's very easy. Like I have already went inside my Salesforce org and I have clicked on lead. Okay. Inside this lead object, we can store lots and lots of lead informations. So I'm going to start creating a new lead. To do that, you have a button called as new. Okay. So I have a button called as new. I'm going to click on that. Okay. So once I click on that, I'll be able to create a new lead information. Okay. Look at this. I've got lots and lots of informations, like you have to provide a salutation, the first name, the last name of your lead, the company to which he belongs. So can you just guess what are these informations? Look at your spreadsheet. Look at your spreadsheet. You have got the same kind of columns in your spreadsheet also, right? So we have same thing in our Salesforce also, right? When I'm trying to create a new lead, I'm seeing some of these kind of columns here. So these kind of columns in Salesforce, we name it as fields. Am I clear, right? So I hope you got it. What is an object? What is a field? So this is all the fields. Okay. So what am I going to do inside this is I'm going to record the informations about my lead. Who is my lead? My lead is actually John Carter. Okay. So I'm going to give the information about him. I'm going to choose the salutation as Mr. And I'm going to give the first name as John. Okay. And last name as Carter. Okay. So the company is going to be Greenville Constructions Limited. And his title is going to be Senior Project Manager. Okay. So the industry, I'm going to give what kind of industry his company is. I'm going to choose the construction. Okay. Some revenue amount I'm going to give here. Okay. So how much amount of revenue this company can provide us or bring into our business, that is what you're going to give here. Okay. So you're going to give the phone number. Okay. The contact information also you're going to provide here. Okay. And also I'm going to give some email address of John, like john@greenville.com. And his website is going to be this one. Okay. Look at here. I have recorded all the informations which are relevant to my John Carter lead. Just to follow this particular steps, what am I following here? So these are the things we have actually given here under each of the fields. Okay. I hope you should have got an idea about what is an object and what is a field. Okay. Now we have given all the informations which are relevant to my one particular lead. Okay. Now, how do I store this inside my Salesforce? How do I store this? To store this, you have a button. It's very simple. You're going to click this save button. Okay. So once I click this save button, now John Carter is actually one of the lead inside my Salesforce org. So under my lead object, I created a new lead information. So how to just navigate to the lead details is you have to click this lead details tab. Okay, you'll be able to see all the informations here. Look at this, whatever we have provided, it's already recorded here for you. Okay, so this is actually one particular lead. Now you may ask me a question, how to see the information about all the other leads. It's very simple. Just click on this particular lead and you'll be able to see other leads, whatever is being created. Okay. Here I'm going to tell you a very important information. Look at this one row, right? So look at this row. This entire row is going to give me a detailed information about John Carter lead. Okay. So it is similar to the thing what you see in your spreadsheet. Okay. So the single row will give you the information about the particular this particular person, right? Similarly, in Salesforce, you have a single row, right? This single row is going to give me the information about this particular lead. So how do we call this row in Salesforce? We call this row of information as record. Okay, so John Carter is actually a record inside my sales lead object. Okay, so I hope you should have got a clarity about what is an object, field, and record. Okay, so good, right? So you have all learned to create a new lead record inside your Salesforce org, right? So now a question to all of you, like you know how to create a lead record now. So now John Carter has become one of the lead inside our Sundry Solution Salesforce org. But do you think that having a lead as lead itself is going to benefit us? But having a lead as lead itself, is it going to benefit the company in any way? No, right? So most of the answers are no, right? So it is not going to help your business in any way, right? Then what should I do now? So I got some thousands and thousands of inquiries, right? Lead inquiries, right? Now it is the job of the business to filter the best genuine leads who are really interested in buying your products, who are really going to bring in revenue to your business, right? So we have seen that some of our inquiries are really going to be fake, right? So we have to identify the best genuine leads who are going to give you the revenue to your business, right? So can you just tell me how to identify the genuine leads? How will you identify the genuine leads? Imagine that you have a business and you have got thousands of inquiries. How will you identify the potential business, right? So in your future, they're going to be a business, good business for you. How will you identify? So what are we going to do here is we are going to just check who is our genuine leads. Okay. For this, the company Sundry Solutions is taking the help of the sales team. Okay. There is a dedicated sales team who are going to work on these lead informations. Okay. So what they try to do is they talk with them, they email to them, or whatever means they have, they contact them basically, and they first understand whether this particular lead is really interested in your products or not. Okay. Sometimes you will be having some playful inquiries also, right? They are going to filter out all the unnecessary lead inquiries and they are going to see who are the genuine leads, right? So now this John Carter is there, right? He's really genuinely interested in buying solar panels for his business. Okay. So the sales team have identified that he's really interested in buying the solar panels from them. Okay. So now what to do that? I'm going to show you in the org now. Let me take you back to the org. You all created your lead record, right? Just to scroll up. You can see here the status of your lead. Okay. So when you create a new lead record, it is actually having a status. It is going to show me in a pipeline what is the current status of my lead, whether we have contacted them or not. Initially, the status of your lead is going to be open, not contacted. So this gives me a clear understanding this lead is not yet being contacted. Okay. So what the sales team will be doing is they will be taking the responsibility for this particular lead and they will be start working on it. Okay. How do they work on it? They will be trying to make a call with them. They will be talking with them and they will be trying to understand their requirements, whether it is going to be a real requirement or not. Okay. So once the sales team is doing this kind of activity, they will be changing the status of this lead to working contacted. Okay. It might be through some calls or emails. I told you, right? So some means they used to contact them. So, and they'll be changing the status of this lead. Okay. So how to do that? It's very easy. Just click on this mark as current status. So what is the current status of John Carter lead is one particular lead sales representative is working on this particular lead. Okay, he's contacting them, he's emailing them, he's making a call with them and talking with them. Okay, once he understands the real requirement and he understands, okay, John Carter really needs a solar panel, okay, a genuine lead, he identifies it. Okay, what is the next step? What is the next step that business is going to do is the business will be trying to convert the lead into a potential customer. Still, he's not your customer. Still, he is not your customer. John is still not your customer. From the lead, he becomes your potential customer. He has the potential to become your customer in future. Okay. So only when you convert, the true magic happens. The real business starts. Okay. Now you may ask me a question, why do we have to convert? Okay. Why do we have to convert? The CRM tool, the Salesforce CRM tool is going to help us in many ways. I told you, right? You can track your customer. You can project your new sales deals to your customer. You can do lots and lots of activities only when you convert a lead. So now how do we convert it? Okay, I'm going to go back to my Salesforce org. So I'm going to convert my lead. Okay, to convert this, I'm going to just change the status of my lead. Okay, so I'm going to click this pipeline, the converter, and I'm going to select as converted status. Okay, now this is very important. I want you all to listen here very clearly. Look at this. When I just start to convert a lead, the Salesforce is actually asking me some of the questions in the screen. Okay, what is this? I'm going to explain to you. It's very important. Look at here. Automatically, when you're trying to convert a lead, it creates 3 different objects. I hope you are all very clear about what is an object. It's a special container, I already told you, right? So now when you try to convert your lead, it creates 3 special objects. Okay, what are those? Look at here, there is an object called as account. Okay, this account is going to store all your company related informations. Okay, so we all know John Carter was actually a lead, right? He belongs to one particular company. Okay, now we are actually segregating the informations and we are organizing into special containers. Okay, so the lead is getting converted. From the lead informations, we are segregating the informations. So the company related informations are put inside a special object in Salesforce called as account. This is a very crucial understanding, the foundation understanding you should have in Salesforce. Okay, so now can you just tell me what is the account this particular, the business, the John Carter belongs to? He belongs to a particular company, right? He belongs to a Greenbuild Constructions Private Limited. Okay, so now this information is also stored inside your special account object. That is what it is being asked here. Okay, so this is actually the one object which is going to store all your company related informations. So now we are converting John Carter lead. When I try to convert the John Carter lead, it is getting converted to 3 different objects. The account, so the John Carter belongs to the Greenbuild Constructions Limited. So it is being stored inside a special Salesforce object called as account. Okay, all your company related information will be put inside this. Now, what is this contact? Okay, so if I want to contact the Greenbuild Constructions, I have to make a call to John Carter. So who is the contact person of this company is Mr. John Carter. So all his contact related informations will be stored inside this contact special object. Okay, so that is what I have given to you here also. According to Salesforce terminology, the object which is going to hold all the individual details, like the contact details of a particular person for an account. Okay, if you see here, the Greenbuild Construction is actually a company. For this company, have a contact person. So we are going to see what is an opportunity. Look at here, you just converted a lead, John Carter, and you took all the account related information, that is the company and the contact, all ready now. Now, what is the purpose of converting this lead? We have to generate revenue, right? Okay, so all the sales deals, or the money related informations will be stored inside a special object called as an opportunity. Okay, the revenue informations, you are forecasting informations. Okay, whether this particular customer is going to give me a revenue or not. And you also, very important thing, when you convert, the real magic begins. I told you, right? You can track your customers' sales progress. Okay. This opportunity is actually an object which is going to give you the informations or the sales deal informations, the revenue informations when you just convert your lead. Okay. So for example, the John Carter belongs to Green Build Constructions, right? For example, if he wants to install a 500 kilowatts of solar panels in his business, we forecast that this project will yield us 45 lakhs of business for Sunray Solutions. Okay. So these kind of estimations, the forecasting, the expected revenue, everything will be stored inside a special object called as opportunity. Okay. I hope I'm clear with the opportunity, right? Are you able to understand what is an opportunity? One more time. Okay, I'll just explain to you one more time. See, opportunity is an object. It is going to store all your revenue related information. Why do we have to generate a lead? To generate a business for your company, right? You have to yield a business. You have to generate revenue for your business. So you took the lead informations and you're trying to convert your lead. You have converted into a 3 special objects. I told you that Salesforce will automatically convert into 3 special objects. You stored all the company related information into account and took all the contact also inside a special object. But what about the business deals? For what purpose the John Carter visited the trade show? To buy a solar panel only, right? Where will you store those informations? Okay, he is going to purchase some solar panels. For how many rupees he is going to buy? For how much amount he is going to buy those solar panels? So the expected revenue for your company. Okay, I told you that only when you convert your lead, the real magic of the business begins. Using this opportunity, you can check your company's overall progress. What is the revenue you are having in your company? So all the revenue related information will be stored inside this special object called as opportunity. So that is how the Salesforce will automatically convert through 3 different objects. Okay. So look at here. We are not going to put much effort, right? This is the very big important difference between the spreadsheet and Salesforce CRM. Okay. So now I'm going to convert it. It's very simple to convert. So look at the steps to convert. You're going to do the same now. Okay. I'm just clicking this convert. Okay. So once I click convert, your lead has been converted into account, contact, and opportunity. Look at this. The Green Build Construction, the company information is put inside the account. Look at the phone number, the website. So look at the contact informations. He is actually the senior project manager. Every information is segregated and put inside a special container called as an object. So we have an account object, contact object, and opportunity object. Okay. So
look at that. It got converted as an account, and this also created as an opportunity record, and this also created as a contact record. End of the day, for any business, this information is crucial. Why we are doing all this, Sabrina? We are now segregating the data, because you cannot put everything in one diary. You cannot put everything in one spreadsheet. You need the company related information separately. You need individuals who are working for the company separately, and you need the deals you are closing with the company separately, so that it's not about one customer, 2 customers. Think about a big organization, like I told, Airbus, Boeing. They're handling millions and millions of data like this. So they need a separate objects to maintain all this information. What you're practicing now is not a technical one. This is how the users to whom you are going to support. If you are a Salesforce developer, if you are a Salesforce admin, you are going to support the people who are going to do this task. So for you, it is really important to understand what exactly the people you are going to support going to do.
So some of you were asking me a question that you are seeing the lead screen like this, right? If you're seeing a lead screen like this is actually an intelligence view. You can change this view. Just in the top right corner, you can see list view, right? Click on this list view. You will be seeing the screen what I'm showing here. Okay, so now we have seen all the basic concepts, right? We're going to see the quiz now. So I want everyone to actively participate in the quiz. This shows your understanding, right? So what we have seen now, we are going to see the understanding now. So this is the question, first question. John visits a solar trade show, right? And he fills an inquiry form. In Salesforce, John is created as what? So you have 4 options, right? Just check the options and just put the option alone in the chat. Thank you. So I think most of you are giving the answers. I have to show this. Okay. Okay, so shall we see the answer? What is the answer now? So most of you are correct. The answer is lead, right? We have seen what is a lead in Salesforce also, right? The second question is, you're going to see this question. In Salesforce, an account represents what? You have 4 options here. You're going to bring in the answers in the chat box. Yes, most of you are correct here. So I'm going to just tell the answer. What is the answer? So the answer is, it's a company or a business, right? We have seen how the lead was converted into an account, right? So now the third question is, who is stored as a contact? Okay, you have 4 options here. Who is stored as a contact? Okay, I hope everyone got a clarity about what is an account, lead, and contact, right? Great, great to see the responses. Yes, the fourth option, a person associated with an account. In our case, John Carter was the contact, right? Now we are going to see the question, next question. What does an opportunity represent? So many of you had some doubts, right? So opportunity, let's see how much understanding you have got here. Yes. So it is going to be the third option. Most of you are correct. Thank you. I'm so happy that everyone have understood what is an opportunity, right? So that's a potential sales deal involving the revenue, right? So you can just explore this opportunity object fields. Okay. So the next question is, when a lead is converted, Salesforce creates 3 different objects, right? What are those? Some of you are actually giving the option as C. You have to just check the answers. So when we converted a lead, Salesforce automatically it creates 3 different objects to store the company information, the contact information, the revenue-based informations, right? So the answer goes to second one, right? Account, contact, and opportunity. And most of you are correct. If you're not able to answer, just go through this and you'll be able to understand. Okay. The next important one is John's detail we were storing, right? Name, email, company, they are stored together, right? And it represents what? You have 4 different options. So the entire information about John, we call it as what in Salesforce? So the answer is going to be record, right? So there's a confusion between field and record. See, the name's a field. Individually, the segments are called as field. I asked you that when you store an information, if I take an information about John, I'll be able to see all his information, right? So the entire thing, we call it as a record, right? It's a record. Okay. The last one, it is very important. So who do you think the primary responsible person who is going to configure Salesforce to allow the record creation and lead conversion? Okay. So now as a end user, we have used Salesforce. Okay. Behind the scenes, some person who is responsible for configuring your Salesforce platform, right? So who do you think in four roles? The answer is A. Okay. The Salesforce administrator is responsible for configuring your Salesforce platform. So he will just enable the configurations. He will just make sure that which records can be created first, which fields are visible for the particular user. So those kind of things he will be configuring. You'll be learning a lot once you learn the admin course. Okay. So with this, I'm actually ending the quiz here. So one last question to all of you. Okay. So the question is, do you think that manually creating these leads and converting it, is it possible? Like I have got thousands and thousands of leads, right? So doing it manually, creating the fee records individually, it's a tedious one, right? Very good. So many of you are answering this. So how to make this process effective? Can you just answer how to make this process effective? Yes, we cannot do that, right? We cannot do individually. So we can automate, right? Thank you for your response. Yes, we can automate. We are going to make this process an efficient process, right?
Hello everyone, we are AJ Skill Development Academy, a Salesforce focused edtech startup, and we are proud to be an approved Salesforce authorized Trailblazer workforce partner. We help individuals from non-IT backgrounds, career gaps, freshers, and working professionals transition into Salesforce careers through a structured outcome-based training system. Our core product is a complete Salesforce learning and career readiness ecosystem. Here is how it works. Every trainee receives our digital learning and tracking system, which includes topic-wise admin and development curriculum, study materials, hands-on DIY tasks, and progress checkpoints. Trainees open each topic, access the content, practice in their Salesforce org, and update their progress step by step in the tracking sheet. We conduct daily review sessions with our experienced Salesforce trainers who verify trainees' understanding, clarify doubts, conduct hands-on demos, and provide ratings for each topic. Our system also includes milestone assessments, prelims, and mock interviews. Based on their performance in these assessments, allowing us to assess learners' outcomes and filter trainees who meet company hiring criteria. We offer both online and offline modes of training to suit the trainees' convenience. In addition to Salesforce skills, we also support learners with life skill sessions like meditation, journaling, and book reading. Career guidance sessions with our senior expert trainers too, and co-learner sessions where trainees collaborate, discuss concepts, solve challenges together, and improve their skills collectively on our platform. We provide opportunity to work on real-time internal and client projects, giving them hands-on experience and project exposure. These real-time projects help trainees confidently add project experience to their resumes and stand out during interviews. At AJ Skill Development Academy, we don't just train people, we transform lives. We have helped people with 11 to 20 year career gaps, homemakers, and non-IT professionals successfully enter Salesforce careers. Our trainees are now working across major Salesforce roles in and around Chennai. We consistently receive positive feedback, testimonials, and appreciation for our structured process, experienced trainers, and personal support. At AJ Skill Development Academy, our mission is to empower every learner, transform their career, and help them become skilled Salesforce professionals. Thank you for watching our video.